Starting lineup, Rick Fox, the hero of game number 4, Robert Horry up front with Shaquille O'Neal. In the backcourt, Kobe Bryant and Derek Fisher. Sacramento starting with Hito Turkoglu, who has turned it around the last 2 games. Chris Webber, Vlade Divac on the front line, Doug Christie, and Mike Bibby in the backcourt.
This game is about what's next.
O'Neal surrounded and able to hit. And you know, for the last 10 quarters of play,
now if they're going to get the victory, they've got to learn to hate the Lakers and go for the kill.
O'Neal gets inside and was able to slam it down.
This has happened time and time again. Shaq, though, flashing to the ball, moving, the little bump in Vlade's back, not enough to draw the attention of the officials, able to throw it down, big guy. The Kings are getting stripped down low. They've got to protect that ball better, get those elbows up higher.
Phil Jackson telling us last night that he feels that Kobe Bryant has been too passive at the start, wants him shooting, and you see Kobe comes out and hits on his first field goal at about 10:30 last night.
This becomes your sanctuary. This becomes your safe haven where you can find peace with the world.
Scored only 3 points in the second half of Kobe Bryant defending against Mike Bibby. Shaquille O'Neal showing us more elevation than we've seen in several games. Fisher met by Divac, gave it up to O'Neal. Shaq with the follow.
Well, that was the story of Game 4. Offensive rebound, second chance points. Shaq has hammered a couple in here early.
But you've got to learn how to get that lead in the opening moments and play with it the entire way and let this crowd just salivate.
That was not intended as a shot. There was a pass that was slightly off, but quite nicely off the glass by O'Neal.
You cannot get in foul trouble on trying something stupid and silly early.
Bryant with a beautiful move. It will count. That's a goaltend.
Well, this is the kind of game that we envision for the entire series, where they're going right at each other for the entire game, and the crowd here is responding to the opposite.
For the Lakers, what a difference from the first quarter at Staples the other night when they were down 40-20 after 1, and what a difference for Shaquille O'Neal. 6 of 8. He has 12 points. The Lakers have hit 13 of 20 from the field to go in this first quarter.
Boy, he's having trouble with the free throw.
But for the Lakers, their best first quarter in some time. After 1 here in Sacramento, it's the Lakers 30. They get the new shot clock. Here's Kobe Bryant. Yes, Kobe with the back tap to maintain possession and then able to hit.
Get the ball and finish the play.
I love the guy misses a free throw. It's my fault. Bryant, Kobe Bryant with 10 points, 5 for 10 shooting, and it's 46-41 Sacramento. Kobe Bryant, 83% free throw shooter during the season, but has struggled in the playoffs. Bryant, yes, and it counts.
And Rick Adelman throws his hands up in disgust and says, we can't even get a rebound off a missed free throw. What is going on out there? Sacramento has to get greedy if they want to win this thing. This is not going to be about a lucky play at the end.
Well, what the Lakers have been good at is caving in that inside rebounder. So the ball is bouncing over their head. So they got to go back and beat the guy. Kobe finally gets that free throw.
1 and 6/10 seconds remaining in the half. Webber gets it off in time. So halftime here at Arco in Sacramento. And the Kings have a 51-46 lead on the Lakers. So this game,
We're involved with the referees.
O'Neal, yes, nice spin move by Shaquille O'Neal, 7 of 11. He has 14 points, 55-48. Sacramento. So O'Neal remains on the floor with the 4. Now he looks to go at Divac.
See what his temperament is in terms of the last call, because Chris Webber looked like at the end and trying to finish that play, he wiped him off. Jackson got up trying to get that call, but Shaq is going to come right back and get busy, and this is too deep. Once he gets down in here, you're in big trouble.
Shaq is going to get a ton of points. You got to be able to play him without fouling. Up to this point, Sacramento has played a more intelligent game than Los Angeles has.
Well, the Lakers are going to ride their stars now. It's going to be Kobe and Shaq the rest of this time, and they're going to try to keep them close. This is going to be just like the third quarter in L.A., fourth quarter in L.A., where the big boys are going to have to free up.
Here is Bibby again. Good job by Christie in cutting Bryant off. Bryant able to get it off anyway, and is hacked. That's 4 on Christie.
Kobe Bryant is so talented. Rick Adelman cannot believe what he just saw there. You play a guy as tough as this guy is, Kobe Bryant, as well as you can by cutting down his options. He does a good job. Then at the last minute, just reaches out and touches it on his elbow. Wow, mental breakdown there.
And the first half attempted only one shot, did not hit it. Pager making his return. Horry trying to walk it off, and he's posting up. Foul is called. Turkoglu picks it up. He's pushed aside by Divac, recalling the technical foul that Turkoglu selected a couple of games back.
Make him show you that he's going to get blistering hot before you go up there, keep nicking him on the arm, and let him start to build some confidence and keep the scoreboard close by getting to the free throw line.
Kobe 8 of 11. From the line. Kings 7 for 10 from the field here in this third quarter. O'Neal. Divac tried to draw the foul. That was a flop on the part of Vlade, but the crowd reacts to it.
The problem with Vlade flopping in a situation like that is that the referees, they lose their respect for him there. He loses his credibility. He's just got to play good enough ball to contain Shaq.
Bibby off balance. He thought he was fouled.
The Lakers come right back to Shaq. You make a play like that, give it to him again.
And Bryant takes it at a couple of Kings and draws the foul. So he's headed back to the line. A timeout is being called with 5.5 remaining in this third quarter. Turkoglu called for the foul. His third. Here's another look at Shaquille O'Neal putting the move on Vlade Divac.
Well, a lot of people here felt that Shaq, buried that shoulder into him, but Vlade flops and tries to get the officials to buy it. And when you do that, you leave the basket wide open, and the results are a nasty dunk.
Time sleeping, but this is a great series and one of the best in the history of sports. I mean, the Lakers have a great organization, a great team, but just unbelievable for the fans.
Let me ask you, Joe, we've heard a lot about the cowbells, and we hear the cowbells an awful lot. Dallas complained. Phil Jackson's wearing earplugs tonight, as well as some of the Lakers. Is it fair for that to go on behind their bench? Congratulations and good luck with the rest of your game.
Thanks, Jim.
Marv, back to you.
Shaquille O'Neal able to get inside, and the Kings felt should have an offensive foul.
Players have to adjust and identify that immediately and just play the ball and go to the hoop.
O'Neal over Divac, and he now has 22 points.
Remember the attitude he had in Game 2 when he thought he wasn't getting the calls, and he just dominated that second quarter to get the Lakers the lead.
Reversing it, Bibby and Kobe Bryant on the rebound. Bryant and O'Neal each playing with 4. Bryant with the step. Bryant to O'Neal. Beautifully done. And it's a 3-point Sacramento lead. So the Lakers coming on after trailing by as many as 10 points. That's team foul number 5 on the Kings.
Shaquille O'Neal in transition, just running the floor beautifully. Get all the way to the hoop. And he comes in, moving Vlade up the lane here. Comes with a beautiful jump hook. All Shaquille O'Neal here as they have gotten right back into it. Moving again without the ball. Kings unable to deny penetration, and that is just freeing up Shaq time and time again. And now it's the Lakers who are getting to the free throw line, and they have taken control of the momentum of this game.
Kept alive by Horry off the tip. They have the new shot clock. They double up. O'Neal now single covers. It's Weber. O'Neal with the facial. It's 73-70. The Lakers down by just 3.
And that's to danger. Shaq is rolling. He knows it. He's got 14 and a quarter. He's posterizing and punishing everybody that's around him.
Come on for the first time tonight. So Phil Jackson going deeper into his bench. Fox gets himself trapped, but able to find O'Neal. Good recovery by Fox. It is a 1-point Sacramento lead.
He is now dunking everything. If he has had a problem with elevation, he is not having it here in the third quarter of play. Anytime he gets close, he's hammering.
That's 4 on Fisher, 4th team foul. Coming up on a half minute remaining in the third quarter. Bryant looking to post up, but Metadinko takes the shot. Bryant with the rebound. Metadinko wide open. Good look by Kobe Bryant, and the Lakers take the lead for the first time since back in the first quarter when they were up by as many as 7. Art Fisher. Bryant, 1 second left. Shoots it. He was on target, slightly off. Strong third quarter for the Lakers.
Sacramento does not. Bibby, the only guy who's ever won a championship at the highest level. That was in college.
Bryant extends to an 81-78. Laker lead, so Kobe now has 24. Christie with the 4 foul. Bryant to the fadeaway. Yes! And the Lakers lead 83-80. 5:25 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Here's Kobe and Shaq. Who's going to do it for Sacramento? Weber?
Bryant is fouled. He was double-teamed. Joe Crawford just warned Vlade Divac not to say anything further as Christie picked up number 5.
This is why it's so difficult. You've got 2 guys that can just flat out make shots on you. Christie does a good job, stays in front of him this time. Vlade will step in, and from the rear, Christie picks up the foul, so that it's 5 on him, and Kobe at the line trying to make it a 4 or 5-point game.
Bryant now 7 of 10 from the line. Tomorrow night, starting at 9 o'clock Eastern in prime time, it's the Celtics and the Nets. Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Mike Bibby, PJ Carlissimo will be on hand. That'll be tomorrow night, 9 o'clock Eastern on NBC. That series also tied at 2. And Kobe Bryant has opened up a 5-point lead for the Lakers. Sacramento is down by 1. You see Fisher digging in as Bibby uses the pick. Here's Bibby going at O'Neal, and a foul! Defending on Bryant. Kobe goes right at him to the fadeaway. Yes! 89-88. Lakers, 30 points for Kobe Bryant.
Send him to the middle. That's where the help is. What are they dribbling around to get a 3-pointer you can get at any time when Kobe Bryant is just doing what he wants? He gets Turkoglu and says, "You can't guard me."
To Bibby, has the open shot. 2 seconds. In the fourth quarter, by 1, and the Lakers take a timeout. Bibby with 23 points has given Sacramento a 1-point lead, 15 of his 23 in the second half.
And there's a player, a big-time player. He loves these moments. You can see him yelling, and he is loving every second of it. And Rick Allen told him he loves the big stage, and he's gotten bigger. And this one is the sweetest shot he has made tonight.
92-91, Kings. Horry played by Weber. Bryant looks at the clock. Down at 3. Down at 2. Horry not able to hit. Just the lack of it. The Sacramento Kings have taken a 3-2 lead in this 4,